Hey everybody, thank you for coming back to another bedtime story with Miss Arnold. Tonight we're going to be reading What Do You Do with an Idea? This is a really awesome book. Our author is Kobe Yamada and our illustrator is May Basom. So first, when I read this title, I saw that there's a question mark. So they're asking us a question. What do you do with an idea? So before I can even answer that or start the book, I need to know, what is an idea? So an idea is a thought or a plan that is imagined or pictured in your mind. So what the illustrator has done, because if you are having an idea in your mind, we can't see it, right? But what the illustrator in this story has done is they have represented the idea that this little boy is having by drawing this golden egg. So it's really neat. This little golden egg is representing his idea. So normally when we have ideas, they're in our head. But for this story, they made the egg a little character, or the idea a little character. So that's really neat. And it will help us to see what happens to the idea. So what do you do with an idea? So can you think of something that has an example of something that's come from an idea? I know my class has been talking a lot about Ben Franklin and some of the inventions that he's created, and those all started as ideas. All right, I have lots of sticky notes here. One neat thing that I want you to pay attention to in this story is how the illustrator used color. So you'll notice on this first page, it's all black and white except for the little golden egg, which is the idea, and then a little bit of green around him. All right. One day I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered, like our wonder wheel. I wondered, what do you do with an idea? So this little boy just all of a sudden had an idea. So have you ever had an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. Fragile means that it's easily broken or damaged. Like you might have a vase full of flowers that's really fragile because if it falls, it might crack and break. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. So if you've ever had an idea, how did it make you feel? What did you decide to do with your idea? He thought it was a little strange and fragile, so he's just going to leave it alone. So remember, your idea is really inside your mind. But it followed me. So here we see the little idea following the little boy, and we notice here's the idea, the golden egg, and then we see leaving a trail of green behind it. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. So here he is hiding it. So have you ever had an idea that you're worried about what other people will think about it, so you just don't say anything about it at all? Does that work? Does that help you stop thinking about it? But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when it was around. So I noticed that he has a little smile on his face now. And look at these frogs in the water are looking very happy. So he likes his idea, but he's still worried about what other people will think. It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. What do you notice about the colors on this page? It grew bigger and we became friends. So what do you notice? He started to play with his idea, to give it more attention, And look at what's happening. It's starting to grow. His idea is getting bigger. It's still inside his head. He hasn't shared it with anybody yet, but it's starting to grow and get bigger. And look at this trail. Now it's leading a trail of beautiful colors behind it. And the little boy is smiling now. He really likes his idea. I showed it to other people, even though I was afraid of what they would say. He was very brave. I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. So have you ever been afraid to tell somebody your idea? He shared it, and people were not very kind about it. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. So now looks like he's feeling pretty sad. He's walking away from his idea because other people didn't like it. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do, and it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe even a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it. I played with it. But most of all, I gave it my attention. So he decided not to give up on his idea. He thinks it's a good idea. He likes that idea. My idea grew, and so did my love for it. So here he is playing with his idea. So remember, his idea is really in his head. So he's thinking about his idea. He's playing with it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. I'm starting to notice something about the colors in this book. The author has made a decision about the colors. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big. If you encourage somebody, that means you help them to feel more confident and more determined, and you support them. So if someone encourages you to do your homework, that means they're supporting you and they're helping you feel better. So it encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it said, it is good to have the ability to see things differently. So if you walk on your hands, you see the world differently, right? And sometimes it's really good to look at things from a different perspective or a different angle. Not even having to go all the way upside down, but to just think about them differently. And what do you notice is happening here with the colors? I couldn't imagine my life without it. So remember earlier he said that his idea was kind of magical to him. So what is magical about ideas? Ideas are so cool. You can come up with whatever you want in your head. So it's pretty cool because they're like magic. Then one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. So look at all those colors in this illustration. Now his idea is out. It's out of his head. He has shared it with the world. I don't even know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. So here's a thought. If an idea spreads, is it no longer yours? So if you have a good idea and you share it with other people and they share it with their friends. Like maybe your good idea is to be kind, and then other people take that idea and they share with their friends, and it spreads everywhere. That mean it's not your idea anymore? And then an even bigger question, does it matter? Because look at this, everything looks happier. Does it matter that it's not in that boy's head anymore? No, he shared that idea with everybody, and now everybody, it's okay if everybody is using it. It's helping everybody out now too. It's everywhere, all in the world. And then I realized what you do with an idea. You change the world. So his idea, look at how proud and happy he's feeling because his idea is out. He took care of it and then he presented it, and now it's changing the world. So what are some ideas that have changed the world before? So again, we've talked about Ben Franklin and about how his inventions helped to really change the world, but an idea doesn't have to always be an invention. It can also it can be something different. So think about what are some ideas that have changed the world, and what are some ideas that you have, and what are you going to do with your ideas? So think about it, draw a picture, email, text, call me if you want to share what your ideas are. I would love to see them. Thank you for listening to that story, and I look forward to seeing everybody virtually tomorrow. Have a great night.